Introducing the Sherman DIGIMIG 200 Pulse. DIGIMIG 200 Pulse is the most innovative device on the market for manual welding of steel and non-ferrous metals using the MIG, MAG, MMA, and TIG Lift methods. The main method of this device is the possibility of welding with the MIG, MAG method in pulse and double pulse. This makes it possible to obtain the best quality of the weld, high aesthetics at very high efficiency. Digital control allows full adjustment of welding parameters and selection of manual or synergic operating mode in the MIG, MAG method. The device has been adapted to handle spools of wires in sizes D200 and D100, that is 5 and 1 kilogram. Thanks to the possibility of changing the polarity, it is also possible to weld with self-shielding wires, which do not require the use of shielding gases. The set of the device includes a ground cable, an electrode holder for MMA welding, a hose connecting the gas cylinder with the device, rolls for steel and aluminum wires, and a unique MIG torch with a knob in the handle that allows you to adjust the voltage and welding current when working in synergic mode. To use this type of control, it is necessary to connect the control plug to the socket on the front panel, and the device will automatically detect the control circuit from the handle. Connecting the control plug restores the ability to adjust parameters from the control panel. It is also possible to connect a spool gun with wire feeder and D100 size chamber to the device. Please note that after connecting it, it is necessary to change the position of the switch located inside the feeder chamber and set it to the spool gun type handle. Sherman DIGIMIG 200 Pulse and other welders and welding accessories can be purchased in our online store. Enjoy your shopping! When the device is turned on, all LEDs light up and the display starts. The display is very readable and shows the current welding parameters. On its left side, there is a button for saving and loading welding parameters to the device's memory. On the right side, there is a quick wire eject button from the feeder chamber and a test gas outflow button. This button has another function, which we will discuss later. Underneath, there is a wire diameter selection button. With the next button, we select the welding method. We have the option of MIG welding in synergic settings, MIG welding in single or double pulsation, MIG welding by adjusting the independent value of the wire feed speed and welding voltage, TIG, lift welding without and with pulsation, and MMA coated electrode welding as standard or pulse. When choosing MIG welding, we also specify the type of material to be welded. We have a choice of black steel in the gas shield CO2 or 82-18, aluminum welding with magnesium wire 5356 or silicon 4043, and stainless steel 308 or 316. In the MIG method, we can also specify the device's operating mode, work in a 2-cycle or 4-cycle operation, in the special S2T or S4T mode, where the times and value of the rising current in the initial phase of welding are additionally set, as well as the time and value of the falling current. We also have a spot welding mode, where we only specify the welding time spot mode and welding time and break time in C-spot mode. Selection and adjustment of other welding parameters are made using 2 knobs available on the control panel. With the right, we change the basic parameters. By pressing the knob, the LED indicates the current parameter that can be adjusted. Their value is changed by turning the knob left or right. With the left knob, we develop additional options for a given parameter, which are available depending on the selected welding method and mode. The basic parameters that are available in each MIG method are gas supply adjustment before welding, Pragus function, inductance adjustment in positive and negative values, material thickness determination, STFD function, that is free access of the wire to the welded material before welding, burn function, that is wire burn time and gas outflow after the welding process is completed, post-gas function. When welding with the MIG Sin Pulse or Double Pulse method, the device works in synergic mode. That is, it automatically selects the welding parameters. Initially, we define the type of material to be welded and the shielding gas. Then we select the wire diameter and the thickness of the material to be welded. On this basis, the device will select the welding parameters. By adjusting the right knob, we set the optimal parameters for our process. You can adjust the voltage at any time using the left knob. With the gas test button, we can check the percentage of the voltage change relative to the output parameters. Other parameters that can be adjusted are available after turning on the special modes S2T, S4T, spot and C-spot, where we can adjust, among others, the value of the rising current, the duration of this current, the voltage in the upper phase, the final current, the duration of the final current, and its tension. In the spot welding mode, we define the length of the welding time, and in the C-spot mode, the welding time and the pause time between the welding process. In the Double Pulse MIG method, we additionally specify the percentage of the current in the upper phase, the upper and lower voltage of the plus current, the pulse frequency in hertz, and the ratio of the individual phases to each other. When welding with the SPL MIG method, we set manual and independent values of welding parameters. In this case, it is the wire feed speed in meters per minute and the value of the welding arc voltage. The welder has the option of TIG Lift welding with DC current and pulse and without pulse. I work in plus. We determine the value of the upper current, the frequency of the pulse, and the duration of the upper current in relation to the base current. Welding without a pulse, we only regulate the value of the welding current. By choosing welding with an MMA-coated electrode, we have the option of welding in pulse and without pulse. Welding with pulse, we set the value of the master plan, the frequency of the pulse of the upper current, and the ratio of the duration of the upper current to the lower one. In the standard MMA method without pulse, we only regulate the welding current. In both MMA methods, we can adjust the value of the base function, its duration, and the arc force function. We can also enable or disable the VRD function. Sherman DIGIMIG 200 poles and other welders and welding accessories can be purchased in our online store. Enjoy your shopping! The list of all available functions and welding parameters is available in the manual and the cover of the feeder chamber. The abbreviations of the parameters appearing on the welding machine display are explained. An additional option of the device is the ability to save parameters to the device memory. To save, press the Save button and select the memory channel under which you want to save them. We confirm the selection by pressing the knob. To load the saved parameters, press the Load button, select the channel, and confirm by pressing the knob. 35 memory channels are available. In this part of the material, we will present the practical use of the welding machine during its operation. As we mentioned, the welder has the option of MMA and MMA pulse welding. MMA welding is ideal for welding stainless steel and carbon steel. The cyclical change of the welding current causes that the process is not as dynamic as in the standard MMA method. There is no overheating of the welded elements, and it is also ideal for welding thin elements. When choosing the TIG method, it is necessary to use a welding torch with a gas valve installed in the handle, a gas hose connected directly to the gas cylinder, and the amount of gas is regulated with a valve. The arc is ignited by touching the tungsten electrode to the welded material. We can use steel and non-ferrous metals with DC welding. The TIG method can be used with the pulse option. Thanks to this, we can hide thin elements without losing the welded material. The welder has been designed mainly for single and double pulse MIG welding. This is a way to cyclically transfer liquid metal without short circuits and splashes. In this way, we obtain a more durable and more saline joint. By welding with a single pulse, we can more easily obtain the right shape and geometric dimension of the weld, and we will also avoid the need to remove welding spatter. Single pulse welding is ideal for welding aluminum and stainless steels. Welding with the MIG method in double pulsation, there is a temporary increase in force, and then the welding parameters return to the initial state. This improves the appearance and profile of the weld. The use of double pulsation is an effective way to obtain a weld with a regular scale visually similar to that formed during TIG welding. Double pulse can be used to weld vertical welds. The cyclical increase of welding parameters facilitates the weld without the need to make additional movements with the torch.